Hey, we're starting recording now. Greetings and welcome once again to the Class Action Point podcast. In this episode, we're having an interlude where we're interviewing one of our great new players about his character.
Just one of the new players.
Well, we have one new player, yes. In the case of Nick.
Awesome. Who was it?
It is you.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, we're interviewing you on your character, Manak, and any interesting tidbits and stuff that might be able to be used later on in the campaign, or just to give our listener
his character secrets, his flaws, his vacation spots, all the good stuff.
Well, if I recall correctly, one of my questions was background, like more, detailed information, or as much as you can, about background of your character. So, where is he from? What's he done? Why is he here?
He's done unspeakable things.
So many things, I could not possibly speak them all.
Well, at the very least, give us a few highlights.
And for the next 2 hours, we'll be trying our very best to speak all of them.
Yeah.
Here is an ordered list.
Manak is from a medium-sized town. Not a big city fella,
Not
but
a big city, not like a tiny little hamlet of like 5 buildings, two of which are barns, and it's more populated by cows than people.
Size town.
Wait, Jared, you're breaking up a bit. Give me a second. Go ahead, try again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it was just a little something funny going on.
Yeah, Robot Jared was taking over for a moment.
Yeah.
Now the joke is dead. I said it's not a tiny hamlet, but neither is it a tiny Ophelia.
Oh, boy.
Well,
Okay.
just like Ophelia, it's face down in water.
yeah.
Alrighty, continue, Nick.
Yes, it's a few hundred people at least. Town of Elmhold,
M-hole.
and it's namely a human town. A lot of half-elves around. It also has a sizable Goliath minority.
So basically, biggest minority is half-elves, second biggest probably Goliaths. Literally.
Yeah, maybe a few dozen, maybe a little less than 50. It's a few different families or clans.
Yeah. So basically...
So everybody probably knows everybody then, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Right, so-
Manak probably has some sort of relationship with most everybody.
So... What was the...
So Manak gets around.
So what was the town called again?
Elmhold.
Spell that for me.
Elmhold.
E-L-M...
Like holding some elm.
H-O-L-D. Elm
Mhm.
hold. Like holding an elm. Gotcha.
Indeed.
Okay, gotcha. I wanted to make sure I got it. Is this like a north in the cold, cold wastes? Is it in like a more medium area where you get some cold but not much, or is it like the southern parts where snow is a thing that is a rumor that happened somewhere else?
I think what you're trying to ask is tropic, temperate, or tundra.
Yeah, basically, how far? Basically, I'm trying to find a good place to put Elmhold on my quote-unquote map. Is it in the north, the south, somewhere in the middle?
I'd say it's somewhere in the middle. Winters get chilly, but it's not New England in the winter.
So basically somewhere like, say, Virginia type thing. You get some snow, but not a ton.
Virginia, Maryland,
Virginia,
possibly
Maryland.
somewhere around there.
Gotcha.
If you played the Fable games, think of Oakvale. It's something like that.
Okay, I'm not really. I haven't really played the Fable games, but I can see kind of. So you're basically in the middle area, not too far north, not too far south.
Yes, the middle of the planet. One might call it the Middle Earth.
We'll say he's probably like 100 miles north of DC. Rounds about there. If that makes sense.
not swampy, but forest.
Okay, forests mainly. Okay. Forested area. So was there anything special you did back there, that got you like that kind of got you noticed or something or such, or made you think, I need to be better, have better education or something of that sort on this, or learn more about things. Basically, did something happen that made you think you needed school, or somebody thought school would be good for you?
Yeah, something did happen.
Okay.
Manak was not a prominent member of the community. His family was fairly noteworthy. For one thing, it was a Goliath family, so obviously there is that. But both his parents were highly accomplished rangers, very well-respected members of the community, and Manak always had something to look up to and live up to there. So,
Alright,
yeah, it was a very working-class sort of family, a lot of time spent outdoors. What happened to inspire Manak to become an adventurer? For one thing, he was never really as naturally inclined as his parents or his sister. They enjoyed a bond with nature that Manak never quite felt as strongly. His sister is a very accomplished druid. She just gets it instinctively. And it's something that Manak has always envied about both his parents and his sister. But there was an immediate catalyst toward him becoming an adventurer, toward going to the academy. Essentially a prominent member of his community. One day went missing, and they found a lot of blood, but they never found the body. So Manak wanted to make sure that didn't happen to anybody he cared about again. So he went on to become a warden, and coming to the academy was a way to help facilitate that. It was to become so powerful that nobody on his watch would ever have that happen to them again.
Okay, so who was this person? Was it someone he actually cared about, like a mentor or something, or was it like a friend?
It wasn't somebody he had a strong bond with. It was a prominent member of the community. It was somebody respected. But no, it wasn't somebody that he cared about a lot personally. It was just he saw the effect it had on the community.
Gotcha.
And
so what was this prominent, person's job or position in it? Was they like a political figure, like the head of the town watch, or something, or some other, major thing that would be that him or her going missing would have such an effect on the community?
The man's name was Ellis Marksworth. He wasn't the mayor, or he didn't have an official capacity. Outside of the mayor in Elmhold, there's not really a system of government in place. Like, there's a mayor, there's the mayor's right-hand man, and then there's everybody else.
Gotcha.
There are certain leaders within the community. Like, Ellis was one of the half-elven leaders. Like, all of the half-elves in that community, there are 2 or 3 people that they all look to for guidance in addition to the mayor. Ellis was one of those people.
Gotcha. So Mr. Marksworth was like, not exactly elder, but like, we have a problem, we go to him, he takes it to the people in the, decides how we, go about getting whatever problem fixed.
Essentially, a little bit like a neighborhood captain.
Like the head, kind of like the, not exactly like the mayor, but the unofficial like head of this these couple of blocks or this area. Kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like the regional leader.
Almost, it's a very unofficial form of representative democracy.
Yeah,
like people had a problem, they go to him. He takes it to the mayor and talks it out.
like. Did he do something like? Is he like a retired something like that? He used to do this officially, like he used to be the mayor years and years ago, or was a mayor's right hand a while back. But he's kind of. Do you have any reason for being it, other than he's the oldest guy and he's kind of the guy we've always gone to?
No, it was a very organic sort of thing. Like I said, in Elmhold, there's not really any sort of official system of government beyond there's the mayor.
Yeah.
This is just something that happened over time. Okay. He is just charismatic enough, and he knows what he's talking about, or at least he seems to.
Okay, so he was basically like he's a guy who knows how to do these things. Is there like a way? How did he get to know those things? Through experience? Did he actually like go to a school like Swine Dimples or something to learn some of these kind of things, or is it just...
No, this was just plain old working class.
All right, so basically he learned from experience and kind of became the head honcho of the working class, or at least of that chunk of them.
Essentially.
Gotcha. So he's kind of learned. My tablet's not working. From experience. Okay, so we continuing on about your little backstory. So he went missing, and the only evidence was like a bloody struggle place that might have had. So what?
They found a lot of blood.
Yeah.
And nobody can find him. So a lot of people assume he's dead, Manak included. Like, they never found the body, they couldn't track him down.
So they found a lot of blood, no significant body, and so basically no body but a lot of blood. They're assuming he's dead. Probably. Do they have any idea what might have been the cause of the death? Some kind of wild monster or animal? Or pack of them?
No, none whatsoever. If anybody does know, they haven't said anything.
So, unexpected disappearance is unexplained. Alrighty. So, basically you saw, like one of your, somebody who's important to the community in a general way went missing, and you'd like to not have that happen to someone, especially someone you actually looked up to or cared about. Because you saw that part of the community basically go kind of,
Manak saw the upheaval that absence caused, and the fact that nobody seems to know what happened to him, or even if he's alive or dead for sure.
Yeah.
That uncertainty, that sort of chaos, Manak despises. And he doesn't want that to happen again, so he became a warden specifically to protect people.
Alrighty, gotcha. So, is there anything special he had to do to actually get enough primal connection to actually become a warden? Did he have to do some special task to prove himself to a primal spirit or something? Or was it more, you do this for me, I give you, like, I will do something for you later on. Type of thing.
A lot of it came about naturally. His parents taught him a lot. Even though they were rangers, he learned enough about the primal forces simply by dint of training with them. They were attempting to train him to be a ranger, but Manak didn't have that sort of skill set. Mastering a longbow was simply beyond him for whatever reason. He lacked the specific hand-eye coordination for that, but
and
big old two-handed
weapons was also
that's just
difficult.
fine.
Gotcha. Repeat that just to make sure I got it all. Sorry.
Yeah, big old two-handed weapons, it's fine. Presents no problem whatsoever. It's just the fine control of utilizing a longbow. He just never nailed that.
Yeah, bows or trying to wield like two axes or swords and try and keep yourself from actually accidentally hitting yourself with one or the other or getting them in the way. Those are the two.
Yeah, Manak is not exceptionally dexterous.
Gotcha. Yeah, rangers tend to be either archers primarily, or wielding or the Cuisinart of death, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Wielding multiple weapons or wielding weapons in their own way, depending on the type. But yeah. And I can see Manak had difficulty with both of the main ways that rangers fight. However...
Yeah, and he was never able to form the sort of bond that, say, a Beastmaster might, like both of his parents did.
Yeah. Basically, there were not animals that really got him, or he got, in that way.
Essentially.
Gotcha. So basically he went for the whole... So, a lot of the fluff with most of the primal classes in 4th edition, just for a little lesson, have to do with channeling some kind of primal entity or being like an ally of the primal world in some way. So, a lot of like druids and shamans, barbarians, and so forth all have like some kind of special bond with certain kinds of spirits. And the Warden has that in a way, in that they can kind of take on, at least temporarily, aspects of certain kinds of primal forces. It's kind of... So, basically any other like form of the such and such. What? Go ahead. Hello?
I said in other words you took up.
What? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Did everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm just making sure something weird was going on here. Okay, anyway, so basically, a lot of those kind of things, a lot of their form of the such and such is like them taking on part of the power of a primal spirit. And it's usually and a lot of them use them like, sort of like how deer would rut over to kind of show dominance or their skill to try and drive another buck out of their area or something of that sort. They would do stuff of that sort with their primal forms. And one of my questions was whether or not you basically got that by basically challenging a primal spirit of some sort to basically get their approval in some way.
Not so much a challenge or confrontation. Manak began in his training, especially after the disappearance of Ellis Marksworth.
Yeah.
As he trained, his desire to protect his home, the people that he cared about, he wound up forming a bond with spirits there.
Gotcha.
For instance, he identifies strongly with the bear, the panther.
Bear.
Strong predators that have those sorts of instincts, whether it be for their young or a pack or what have you.
Those who protect their own, like say a mother bear would protect her cubs,
Mm-hmm.
and would do anything, including crazy things, to protect them.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So you kind of feel like connection to say a mother bear spirit or the spirit of the hunting cat that goes out to find food for their young.
The aspect of the honey badger, because you just don't give a fuck.
Oh, Manak gives a lot of fucks. This is the thing.
So the mother bear spirit and similar spirits. So I'm assuming maybe one of the things while you're making those connections, at some point you realize you could do something you had never been able to do before. At some point, by becoming close to the spirits, you gained a bit of their power, or at least their skill.
Yes, specifically with the panther. That manifested in a couple of ways. For one thing, he was able to take on that aspect. And for another, just like a panther has prodigious leaping ability, that manifested in Manak in the ability to teleport short distances.
Gotcha.
So he can be charging somebody, and just when the enemy thinks he's out of range, Manak can teleport a short distance to smack the hell out of him.
So basically, fluff-wise, part of his charging ability is that he's not quite there when when during parts of that charge, kind of thing. That's kind of a thing you're going for. At least.
Yeah. Speaking purely in technical terms, it's not really a charge. It's just he can teleport.
Basically, he's in it. I see it. I'm trying to see. Have you ever seen like some episodes of like Dragon Ball Z where they can kind of almost not go so fast they're not really appear to be somewhere until they're there?
Mm-hmm.
I see it not exactly quite as the teleport, but kind of being like you're there, you're here, and almost weren't anywhere in between. But
yeah, in my head, like in the fight with the those plant things.
Gotcha.
When Manak used the he used that power in that fight against the big bad, and he bolted straight for it, and he couldn't quite get there with his normal move, but he had just enough movement space to teleport immediately behind it.
Gotcha.
And just cut the hell out of it.
Gotcha.
So I imagined it sort of like Nightcrawler.
Sort of like Nightcrawler. Okay, more than gotcha.
Like he started the swing, bamf, cut.
Gotcha. So basically, he's like he almost like his cut not only cuts through the physical but through the planner so he's somewhere else when he finishes it. Maybe. Or is it more that you teleport as part of the swinging, getting ready for the swing?
Yeah, on the wind up.
Gotcha. Wind up, bamf, swing. Gotcha. Alrighty. Anyway, so is there any other background information that might be useful?
Let's see. Yeah, that essentially covers his origin.
Alrighty.
Um, yeah, he's got a couple of childhood friends, or a few actually,
Yeah.
but yeah, they're people that he grew up with. There's another Goliath, a couple of humans, a half elf,
Okay.
and it's interesting because the human in particular, he became a ranger, just like his father and mother did, and that's something he always kind of secretly admired about the man. Is for all of Manak's physical ability, like he respects the man's name is Beltran,
Bel.
and
Bel.
Beltran,
Beltran.
yeah, Beltran,
Gotcha.
and he respects Beltran's ability to master what he could not. Um, it's very much a Goliath sense of fair play. Like Goliaths are intensely competitive, but living in this community where Goliaths have lived among humans and half elves for as long as they have, that's kind of been tempered a little bit,
Yeah.
so that it's not necessarily like within a purely Goliath community, the sense of competition gets so ramped up
Yeah.
that it's just short of the point where it would become animosity, like
Yeah.
where a rivalry would boil over into actual enmity.
Yeah.
But
and
with
occasionally
Manak
will,
and the Goliaths of his community, it's more fair play. Like he respects Beltran for mastering something he cannot, but he doesn't resent him for it.
Yeah. He understands that everybody has a skill at something, even if it's not what you're as skilled at. And that the
Yeah, yeah. Beltran's better at the 100-meter dash and the shot put, and I'm better at poisoning people.
yeah, Jared. Yeah, sure. But anyway, so basically, yeah, that's a. I can understand that. A lot of, the other Goliath in your class appears to have been from a more from one a mainly or entirely Goliath, community, and seems to take the whole, it has taken the whole. I'm not the best. My team isn't the best. We have to become the best type of thing, much more seriously than others might.
Mm. And with that Goliath in particular, Monarch's sense of competition is a little more heightened. Like the Goliaths of his community, they reserve that sort of intense competition for each other.
Gotcha.
And even then, not quite as much as a purely Goliath community would, but
still,
there's that sense of competition where,
yeah,
in purely physical contests, the Goliaths don't expect the humans and half elves to be able to measure up to that level. But with another Goliath, it becomes more intense.
And it's a surprise when one of them does do well enough to be a competition.
Mm-hmm.
In something of that sort. Almost as though, my little pointy-eared brother. He's little, but he's good.
Yeah.
Type of thing. Almost, kind of like, you get the almost as close to a brother as possible from another mother type thing, or something of that sort.
Yeah, that's what Beltran is to Manak. That's what the other Goliath I mentioned, Tokaniki. He's a shaman.
Okay.
That's what he is to Manak. And the half elf, Alana Lirindau. Those three people in particular, they're like family to him.
Quick spell the name of the Goliath fellow. Goliath person.
Tokaniki. Tokoniki.
T-O-K-O-N what?
Niki.
Toko Niki?
Mhm.
Okay, gotcha. And he was like a shaman.
Yes.
Goliath. Also a Ren. And the lady, the half elf lady?
Yeah, Alana Lirendal. Alanna.
L-A. L-A-N. L-A-A-N. What was from there?
Alanna.
A. And what was the last name again?
Last name is Lyrindal. Lirendal.
Lirindel. And she's half elf. And does she have a particular job or a profession or class?
Yeah, she's a bard.
Oh, goody. Got another bard. Friend. Alright, gotcha. Alright, so you've got a few friends from back home that may, at least one of which may have a good reason for traveling. At least for a little bit.
Potentially, I suppose.
Yeah, bards tend to at least travel some parts of the time. You know, at least once they're experienced enough to, and such. And who knows? Bards might need a bodyguard or a friend to go along just in case of bandits and stuff. Okay. I see a possibility for some of that. Alrighty. Any other background stuff?
I guess if we're getting names down,
Your mother and dad?
yeah, mother is Nala, Nalla.
Nalla.
The father is Haku, Haku.
Is he a water dragon?
No, he is a badass motherfucker that you do not want to fuck with, just like the real life Haku. That's a wrestler. And his younger sister, Inoki. Inoke.
Inoke. Inoke. Gotcha.
Yeah, and that pretty much covers those close to him.
Gotcha. So that's his family, friends, at least the close
Mhm.
ones. Gotcha. Alrighty. Next on our list. What kind of goals and short and long term do you have with to get, so to speak? What would you like to accomplish in the next few weeks, next few months, by the time you're done with your schooling, etc. kind of things?
The overarching goal is amass as much power as he possibly can. The more powerful he becomes, the better able he is to protect those he cares about. Immediately, his goal is to help his teammates in their trials. And also, since Zul was attacked, he wants to make sure that that doesn't happen again. He doesn't want to see another teammate put in the infirmary.
Alright. So, goals. Protect teammates and Do you have like any other like goals or things you like to do? Any kind of like, yeah, I'd like to, I don't know, climb this certain mountain that I haven't done yet, or or go and see this, special place for that the Goliaths, kind of hold sacred or something. Any like
Not
non-combat type goals.
not in particular. Manak is single-minded to a fault.
Gotcha.
Particularly after Ellis's disappearance,
Gotcha.
the overriding focus was become a warden, become a powerful warden. While he's at the academy, try and form strong ties with other powerful adventurers, because if you aren't powerful enough to get the job done, maybe you can rely on your other powerful friends, and together you can actually get the job done.
So basically, if
so
I
other
can't do
things
it
have-
myself, find people to help me do it with me.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Other things have fallen to the wayside, like
Gotcha. Was there like a goal he had as a child or when he was younger before this that might be, have been put by the wayside for the time being? Yeah.
Not necessarily by this urge to protect his community, but as a child, he really did want to become a ranger like his parents.
Gotcha.
He saw the bond, not just between his mother and father, but also with their animal companions. Nala has an owl. Manak only knew him as Hoot growing up, and Haku, his father, had a large panther named Sombra. Just seeing that sort of bond, Manak wanted that more than anything else as a child. And it might have been, I want a pet, but like that's all they were to him when he was a child.
Okay.
And that did fall to the wayside when
And what was the Panther's
Manak
name
figured
again?
Sombra, Sombrah.
Okay.
Oh no, they made hummus out of the panther.
Oh boy. Yeah. Anyway, so I've got a few things there. So his basic goal is to gain the power to protect as much as he can.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything he would do to get that? Would he make, say, a deal of some sort? If he was given the chance, yeah, I can give you this great power. You have to do something for me later on, of my choosing, or something of that sort. Like, would he make a deal to get the power he needed now or earlier? If he thought he needed it, then. Is that a kind of thing he might do if he had the reason to do it?
In a dire enough circumstance, if people he cared about were at risk,
Gotcha.
that would be the only situation where he would consider it.
Gotcha.
Manak is a very
He tries to be fair about it. Got it.
he's a straight arrow.
Gotcha.
Again, stubborn to a fault. He
Gotcha.
wants to do this himself. He doesn't want to take shortcuts.
Gotcha.
But
he'd take them
especially if his little sister was in danger.
Gotcha. But he'd take
that
it
would be something.
You'd only take it if it meant like life or death or worse for someone he cared dearly about.
Yeah.
Gotcha. It'll take a lot for him to actually make a deal or even consider something of that sort.
Mm-hmm.
To get some great power if he wasn't sure, take a shortcut if he had to, but only if he had to, and only
if there was no other option. Like
Gotcha.
it would have to be gun to his head.
Practically, yeah, gotcha. Gun to his head or gun to his sister's head type thing. To be able to do it, gotcha. Or someone else he cared for as much as his sister. Gotcha. So it would take a lot to get him to make a deal for power. Gotcha. Of course, though, he's not a warlock, so that kind of fits that he wouldn't take a shortcut unless he absolutely had to. So yeah, alright, so that looks good. Alrighty, so we've said goals and we've done the background, we've done some goals. Anything like, like, you said he's pretty stubborn. So I got that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of his personality takes. He is stubborn. So, what else can we add? What else do I have to ask? So, is there any...
Does he stand for righteousness?
Not for something that abstract. He stands for the people he cares about.
Gotcha. Alrighty. I have one last question. Is there any like thing that you think, like an event or some kind of a, like something that you think that Manak would love to face or go through, some kind of like is there like some kind of monster he'd love to fight someday, or love to or he'd love to do this, to be a part of some big international challenge for some kind of like a athletic event or something?
Manak is always wanting to fight two Tarasques at once by himself. Be one up with the other.
So, for example,
Manak is not necessarily one to seek out that sort of competition, that sort of danger. If faced with it, the bigger the creature, the harder he is going to try to take it down.
The bigger, the more dangerous, the better he'll try, and the harder he'll work to get it to go down. Gotcha.
But that's more if it's coming after him.
Gotcha.
He's not going to go out after the thing unless it's threatening something.
Gotcha. Like, he won't go seek out, say, oh, it's Chimera mating season in the Greywood. Let's go seek out some and see if we can get some cool Chimera armor from their corpses or something. He wouldn't actually go seek out, but, oh, there's a pair of Chimera attacking the little elf village. Trying to convince another Chimera to mate with them. We should probably get them.
But hey, if you do know about that Chimera mating season, let Cedra know, for real. Like, he's been waiting to slay the heck out of that spawn for a while.
Yeah, unfortunately, that will probably have to wait till Epic. Or close to it. But it's something to look forward to.
If those Chimera are attacking a village, Manak will be the first in line to go and wipe those Chimera out, and he will take trophies. But if they're just minding their own business in their little home range, he's not going to go in there and mess with the natural order of things.
Gotcha.
You're basically in it for good done, not glory.
Him or someone else he cares about.
Essentially, yeah.
Gotcha. Now, say there's like a big, now, here's something, well, Jared will know about this. Say there's like some kind of big like scholastic tournament between like several schools. Would Manak be like, oh, we got to sign up to represent our school for this? Or would he be like, well, it might be, it's going to be it's going to be hard. It might be too hard. Would he do something like that?
I think Manak would be like, well, that sure is a thing that could happen.
Yeah, but would it be like, would he try and convince his team to enter, or would it be like, well, if we enter, we enter. If not, we don't.
I think there would have to be at least some level of interest already present. Manak is... He's not going to jump into that with both feet and try to drag everybody else after them.
But he might. But if there's a discussion about it, he might, enter it and say, could be used, could be fun.
Yeah, he's
Gotcha.
like this tournament that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Manak is all about that. Like, he likes to hit things, but he wants a reason.
Gotcha.
Like, this is for the betterment of his team, so he is all for it.
Yeah.
If there were similar stakes in this interscholastic tournament, then he would be all for it.
Yeah, like, not only would winning it for your school and team be like, say, a real prestigious thing, especially since it doesn't seem to happen very often. It would be like, yeah, we won the last one for our school. Yeah, our school was the best, and we got these cool like trophies and such and so forth, and rewards for doing it, and it was fun. Yeah, I can see.
Yeah,
but he wouldn't be the one to say to bring it up in the first to be the one to say, "Hey, we should try and enter this."
Yeah, it's much less about the prestige. Prestige figures into it a little bit because that comes along with being a powerful adventurer, but it's less about the glory. Is like, oh, we won this last year, we should do this for the school. It's a matter of improving himself, improving his team.
Gotcha. The glory is more proof that you've done that you've become better, not the actual
it's
goal
ancillary. It's not
itself.
the focus.
Gotcha. It's just one of the things that goes along with becoming a better hero, but it's not the main goal of it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Glory is good. Becoming better is better. Gotcha. Okay. Alright. I just kind of wanted to have a few other... So, any other things you wanted to talk about your character? Is there any other little things here and there?
Is he popular with the ladies?
He's never really sought that out. It's never been a thing he's pursued with gusto.
Gotcha.
So not particularly. I imagine he's gotten looks. I imagine he's gotten... People have shown interest, but
he's not...
Yeah,
it's a second tier thing for him so far.
Yeah, if that.
Gotcha. He's got a primary goal until he's accomplished or at least made good progress on that. Everything else is pretty much I can do that later. I can put that off for a while.
Yeah, he is very much in the mindset of, I definitely have time for that later. Like, it is almost a teenager's sense of immortality. Like,
Gotcha.
I don't have to worry about that or that or that. I'll have time to do that because I'm going to live forever. It's not quite that self-absorbed with Manak, but for one thing, he is a Goliath. He is physically superior in a lot of ways to a lot of other races. It's just a natural sense of ability.
Gotcha. So basically he's like, I can do that tomorrow or the day after, but today I need to get better at protecting people and fighting and doing these things, and I can do that other stuff tomorrow or next week or whenever.
Yeah.
Or I can make progress on it later. Today, I gotta figure out how to get this axe through that piece of wood all the way in one swing.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever, technique or combat thing or athletic thing. Today, I need to be able to jump over all the hurdles, not most of them.
Yeah, and then the next day he needs to jump a little further, and then the next little further.
Yeah.
He's always pushing himself.
Yeah. Gotcha. So, Anything else we need to add?
What's his shoe size?
Huge.
30 something?
I think Shaq, but maybe about 5 sizes larger.
So yeah. Anything else anybody wants to add? Any questions you guys have, Adam or Jared?
Well, what would Manak do for a Klondike bar?
Oh,
Or, okay, well, let me put it this way. Let's say Klondike bars are a rare commodity. Like they're available. Maybe you gotta, like, live in a mountain region for them. Like, rich people get them imported out, like, in frigid cubes or whatever. Would Manak be willing to break in somewhere? Like, let's say a light break-in. Like, Mile just smash the window. Maybe open it, someone crawl in and grab the Klondike bar, get out. If he had had one before and knew how irresistible they were, what would he do? Nobody's looking. How about we keep embellishing this a bit? Nobody's looking. It's sitting right there.
And it's probably gonna melt since it's been sitting outside.
Yeah,
It's
like
gonna
this is a once in a
It'll
lifetime
go to waste
opportunity.
anyways.
If you don't grab it,
might
like
as well
they're coming
eat
back
it.
for it, maybe it melts.
then it melts. As much as Manak would like that Klondike bar, that would be ill-gotten gain. Yeah, he's just too much of a straight arrow to do that. He would absolutely be willing to provide a service in exchange for that Klondike bar. He would be willing to challenge the owner of the Klondike bar to a physical contest, and the winner gets the Klondike bar, but he's not going to snatch it off the windowsill.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, Manak, that was a trick question. That Klondike bar, actually a princess. If you were able to rescue it from that windowsill before it melted, it would return back into human form, and you two could have gotten hitched. That was an evil witch's house.
You're dealing with a man with -2 to intelligence, so
You let that poor noblewoman die.
I
It's all
don't
on
know.
you.
It's a Klondike bar.
Princess Klondike is dead.
Well, now we come to the most important question. The question that can determine our future.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
What is it?
Do you fold or wad your toilet paper, Manak?
What's toilet paper?
That answers that then. We're all screwed.
Just don't, I guess, get in the pool with him.
Big leaves have always been enough. I mean, why would you waste paper on that?
Vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry?
Why choose?
Yeah, Neapolitan.
Pick them all.
Probably strawberry. I imagine that would be the flavor that Manak would be most familiar with, being from a medium-sized town. Chocolate and vanilla might be a little exotic for him.
Vanilla, so exotic.
Alrighty.
There's something inherently funny about that.
Well, vanilla. Vanilla.
It's a
is-
bean that doesn't grow naturally in temperate climates.
Yeah, it's hard to find, in less it was hard to it took a long time to find in the first place. And then of course it became the normal in our more technologically and skilled society. Even though it was a real weird, strange thing at first. Anyways, anything else we need to add to our chat about Manak and his wonderful backstory in life and such? Anything else?
I think I think all the pertinent stuff got covered.
Okay. And anyways, I
Um,
plan to have
yeah.
one of these later on with everybody else at some point. Anyways, once we've had a few things go on in the campaign and see if there's things to update with new.
I was about to say, if do you upload these recordings with the interviews to YouTube? Because I would love to check mine to see what I answered way
Yes,
back
I
in
do.
the day.
It's on my that YouTube page somewhere.
I'll have to check that out.
I can link you to my thing later on. Anyway, so we better finish up the recording then. So, not that there's nothing else we can to talk about. Let's finish up.
Wait,
So-
there's so much more we can talk about.
No, there isn't.
Why don't we tell the folks at home to accept Jesus into their hearts?
No, because not all.
Once I accepted Jesus into my hearts, I got the gift.
The gift of music?
Okay. Anyways.
No, now I can sense when Satan is in the hearts of others.
Jesus
Okay.
saves, but he's really clutch in the third period.
Alrighty. So, anyways.
Jesus saves, everybody else takes full damage.
So, anyways, when I guess it's time to go. Well, bye everybody.
Remember, LOL stands for Lucifer our Lord.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
My mind's eye has been opened.